Oof! Shaking off a cloudy haze, you rise unsteadily on slippery ground. The overgrown gardens have so many leaves, dry and moist, spread along the ground that you can't take a single step too quick. Uncertainty, you stagger forward a bit and look around. Bower after bower of leafy branches offer you only bits and pieces of pale blue sky. The rest are shapeless blurs of pale and dark green, indiscernible glimpse of brown and gray with some light tints of blue. Shadows are everywhere, but you can see well enough to be unbothered by it. You look back, but the way you came is gone. Come to think of it, how you enter the garden in the first place? The question shrugs off your shoulders as you turn your attention to the overgrowth. Did something move just now, or was that a trick of the eye, light and shadow? Rarely you venture forth, keeping a moving eye out for anything suspicious, because without your wand, you're a sitting duck. There, something moved again, and this time it can't be all light and shadow. The motion was too big and solid, sort of like a really big snake. Really big snake. Fear snakes, or no fear snakes, there's no way you're going to like encountering one of those. You try to move your stiff limbs faster, searching for anything that would give you a feeling of relief and safety. Branches bend back as you struggle by, only to slip free and slap you in the behind as you're about to go past. Once you stumble over a bend of tree root arching into the air. Running, ignore the distractions and blast forward. Manner of a champion, come on. Are you really going to be intimidated by some giant snakes? Yes I am. So running. Other one is danger sensitive, avoiding, blah blah blah. Running! Something we're really good at. You push forward and you see a light, a tiny glimmer of light, a literal and proverbial end to the tunnel of darkness. Go, go, go. Hey, it's really quite rude to be thrown down like that. Your body rolls a few revolutions before you naturally stumble to a halt. Golden sunlight causes your eyes to shrivel. Thank goodness not literally. And strain against the strong glow. It's a definite contrast from the shadows you left behind. A surprised gasp reaches your ear while you are still struggling to get up. A voice you know well enough by now cries out, "Rune? What are you doing here? How did you get here?" What? Your eyes up on your hands and some small part of your brain starts to panic. From a darkly jungle you've come to a bright and heavenly vista. Pastel-colored flowers climb white terraced walls that efficiently block any sight beyond their tendrils, helped in between by white rose hedges and small tiered fountains. At the center of a close-cut lawn is a tea party set. Off-white chairs circle around a loaded table. There's dainty pastries, a teapot, cups, saucers, spoons, and napkins and forks, and a sweet little centerpiece of posies. Eveline, what's going on? Get out of here. Her face flushes a dark pink. Get out! She throws her arms in a universal get out of here gesture. I said get out! What's she being so hysterical for? You stagger a bit as you get to your feet, and something both strange and familiar catches your eye. It's like a small heap of treasure, that one lying at the opposite end of the garden. You stretch up slightly on your toes to see over the double-tiered platter of cupcakes, a few books, some polished boxes that may be more than petty containers, a rich-looking robe, paper scrolls, 2 oval mirrors, jeweled chains or belts that have been tangled into the mess, and a golden trident sitting before it like a steward in an open bronze trunk with its lid off and leaning against one side. Standing up, you can see just enough to see a couple of things sitting inside the trunk, like a bird's nest. Wands, you say? There's yours. At least you can sense yours among the pile. But what is Eveline doing with other people's wands? One she may claim as hers, but not 20 or so. You turned a stunned gaze to the girl whose face is losing all color. Her body seems to be pliant and stiff at the same time. Is she trembling that hard? Why do you have those wands, Eveline? Your voice is deliberate and calm. Did you take mine not too long ago? There. Eveline swallows just when you think her face is about to blow up. Like a balloon, the shiny skin hardens and gleams with a line of sweat in the sunlight. Suddenly, Eveline throws up her head so you can see her eyes with the same hard light. You can't have them, she cries out. we're going to have our day. Who's we? Us. Who's us? We. And who's we? Us. And who's... Oh, forget it. You flap your hands to emphasize. Now give me my wand. Suddenly you bolt across the lawn and jump from chair to table, sending the fine tea set crashing to the ground. Evelyn tries to throw herself in the way, but you simply jump over her head. Landing on the treasure pile, you grab the trident and stop your sliding feet. One hand shoots out to grab a handful of wands while Evelyn snatches up the rest in both arms with her ill-gained cash. The girl runs towards a dark and flowered archway at one side of the garden. But of course you give chase. Clutching the wand, you dash headlong into the archway that Evelyn disappears into. The moment your feet flies over the threshold, a wind suddenly rushes at your face and your vision blinks black. You stutter to a surprised halt, but your eyes can soon see again. A clear afternoon sky reigns high over your head. That's all you can see, with one flowered hedge after another, raised on flat-side stone bases so they can reach yet higher over your head. Footsteps swing it towards the left, your ears barely twitching at the echoes of the sound. You take off after what has to be Evelyn. But in swinging around the corner, you almost run headlong into a stone statue of one prickly-looking merman. A dead end? You turn back to a crossroad of 4 separate paths, taking one that must eventually lead to the direction you want to go. One of them leads to yet another dead end, with a bunny nibbling at some candy eggs, so that cuts down your choices some. Gah! Within an hour, you're absolutely fed up with this confounded maze. Is that even Evelyn's running footsteps you're hearing? This would be so much easier if you could use a wand, but without knowing which one is yours, the results can be varied. Even worse, if these wands belong to older students, they may even be trapped, rigged to screw up any user who doesn't know the operating enchantments. Well, nothing happened the last time you tried playing around with someone else's wand, mostly because we didn't try, so maybe it won't this time. Maybe your track record for things turning out for the safer isn't really shining, you know. Okay, so this is actually a really interesting choices here. So, first of all, none of these choices are being rolled. They're all green because no matter what, 1 is right and 2 are gonna fail. I only know this by looking at the mod tools. I thought it was really interesting to see in the mod tools how this works, and I'm not against it. I think it's actually interesting. If you choose wrong, I think you get like a bit of stress or whatever. I don't think it ends the adventure. The only thing I wish they did was, instead of doing negation themes, revision methods, and incantation spells to make it seem like you should be able to do to succeed, if instead that was just wand A, B, and C, and just have them all green or have them all black or whatever, because I would see it being frustrating if someone saw this, went, okay, I need to bring up my negation, or oh, I'm good at negations, let's use that, and that's the wrong choice. It's just something interesting I saw from the mod tools. Anyway, the correct answer is revision methods. Use wand C to make the hedges move out of the way. Also, it's, well, I guess no one would sacrifice a member there because all the options are green, so that's not really a thought to have. Alright, they'll do it, but that doesn't mean they have to be happy about it. The hedges uproot themselves while rustling leaves and stiff branches in a way that sounds like grumbling. Did one of them just call you a dork? Bits of dirt fly as the hedges shake them off the roots, and you're free to move forward. Clouds of brown dust slide to either side, giving a dramatic parting of curtains that reveal a startled face Evelyn right ahead of you. It's completely without humor that you smile. Hello, Evelyn, you say. The girl isn't as nervous as she seems, but something in your voice, your eyes, that smile, causes a small spasm to run through her arms. She quickly leaps back a step to put some more distance between you. Meanwhile, you drop one of the 2 remaining wands from your hand. With only 2, it's simple to know which one is yours, and holding that one lightly in your fingers, you slowly advance on the helpless Evelyn. Alright, Evelyn, you say, it's time we talked. Huh? The mousy act returns. She backs away as you continue forward, not really caring if Evelyn is putting on an act or not. Her eyes go on flickering in every direction, desperate or not, looking for a way out. She clutches the arm full of wands tighter to her chest. Fess up, Evelyn. Why are you here? Who told you to steal those wands? Nobody told me to do anything. Bully frogs. You may be tougher than you look, but I can tell you're not the type to get ideas and guts on your own. Who sent you? Where are you? Nobody sent me. It's Iran's, isn't it? Has to be Iran's, you mused to yourself. That's the only school that hasn't done anything to us lately. They should have at least proclaimed a grudge for eternity like the others. It's been suspiciously quiet. I wonder if you can only get this adventure if you're not in Iran's, because that would be really weird. Because it's clearly not pulling from a list, because if it was, it would be highlighted. Nobody sent me, Evelyn shrills. You blink and look at her with a blank face. Oh, she's still there? Nobody sent me. Do you hear me? Nobody. Okay. Simmer down, will ya? Why does everybody think I can't do anything on my own? Hey, it's just statistics. Statistics? Yeah, it really is. It's just that people don't do things by themselves. They always have partners or subordinates and such to make sure that their plan goes off without a hitch. It's just a precaution, you know? Evelyn's eyes narrow in suspicion. She trusts you as much as you trust her, which isn't much at all, if any. So, where are you from? You feel safe to ask. Nowhere, Evelyn says flatly. Her arms loosen as though she's about to drop the wands. Bad idea. Holding them as tightly and as closely as she has, Evelyn has imbued some of her power into those wands. Since those aren't her wands, she might as well have lit a fuse that leads to a pile of explosive gunpowder. No! Let Evelyn try to catch all the potential trapped wands at once. That should be fun. And that's our only option. So, yay. Evelyn realizes her mistake. In a magical slow motion moment, her eyes grow round and wide as saucers, and the wands spill dramatically to the paved ground at her feet. Someone body tackles you from the side before the world goes boom. The ground's already shaking by the time you hit it, giving the oddest feeling that you're vibrating in the midst of a huge block of sweet, gelatinous snacks. In a panic, you flail your limbs and stumble to your feet as soon as you can. Evelyn! Good grief, that girl doesn't deserve a violent end like this. Where is she? You can't see a thing through the billowing clouds of pale gray dust and debris. Evelyn? She's okay! A doormate you recognize hauls the girl to her feet. He coughs against the smoke and says hoarsely, "We're all okay. Stupid smoke. Shoo shoo." A large bubble of relief pops in your chest. Everyone got here just in time. What are you guys doing here? Evelyn says in confusion. Where do you come from? This is a public campus courtyard, dudette. But this is off limits. Nobody's supposed to come here. Laughter bursts out from the circle of doormates. You put a hand over your mouth to stop your own unstoppable chuckling. Supposed to, as if anyone in these magic schools pay attention to that. Besides, some of us have something to do with it being declared off limits in the first place. Don't we, Rune? You smile cryptically. You're not totally sure you've ever been here before, but if people want to give you credit for daring do in the middle of a standoff, you're not going to argue the point. What are you talking about? Cries Evelyn. Several faces turn to her at once. If they aren't smiling, then some shiny, undefiable quality adds a special smoothness to their face. Evelyn's eyes start flickering again, and her body leans as though she's about to bolt. This isn't going to happen. You and your doormates have her surrounded. What's going on here? Says Evelyn. Her voice has gone from shrill to low and tight. A dusty pallor has come over her face. Let's just say that you chose the wrong dorm to infiltrate, you say to her. Someone did say you should be careful around us. Now, come into our web and tell us exactly who sent you here. The following is too mysterious to describe, but you will say Evelyn blurted out everything from who sent her to the last time she wet the bed. You won't say who sent her since it would violate the laws of a covert and unofficial organization that no adult alive will ever admit exists. Plus, it would get you in trouble. But the following morning, the Iran's dorms are wrapped from foundation to rooftop in toilet paper. All living creatures within the area are evacuated before the TB can crawl and spread. Alright, that was a nice little adventure. It's a little odd that, like, after, like, the first 3-ish, it's, you know, you have to pass tests. But after that, it just seems to go on for, you know, it's just auto choices. It doesn't matter what you pick, kind of. But, yeah, that was a cute little adventure. Gives a little, I don't know, tone for our dorms. Nothing happened in class. We see at the adventure. Let's see if we gained anything for that. Tulu competed. You increased your endurance by 1, willpower by 1. We learned lead, which is a theme, I think, that increases willpower and leadership. Society SP3, which is some lore you can read. And we learned about charm, which is a theme that increases charm and beguile. You increased your endurance skill step by 1. You have learned about Redoubt of Champions, which seems to be an area where we can challenge at the Redoubt for damage, glory, memory, and money. We increased our confidence. Learn about Confidence, a Personal's Guide, which is lore you can read. You have added Eveline's wand to yourself. You have learned about her wand. You increased your swagger by 1. You learned about City Hall. You have gained the challenge at the Redoubt and Fight City Hall, which expands stress, but expands money twice. Lambert, Casper, Prudence, trained in conversation. Malcresta, Silk. Why are we learning about Philippe now? I don't... Why is this list so long? What do we increase to even get Philippe to... Whatever. Eveline did not succeed at using study, and Netta just went to class. I think I'm actually going to call it here because it's been about an hour and a half. I didn't want to go that long. And also my jaw is starting to hurt from reading so much. I need to get back into the practice of this. But it's also been a lot of reading. That adventure, you know, we did like 3 or 4 sets of those at once because it just kept continuing. I'm just going to check my click really quick. Make sure no one else got added. Like, I believe like if Prudence, Netta, or Eveline want to, they can invite someone to the click. So I just want to make sure no one else got added just in case. Let's check out Eveline's wand. Or Evelina's wand. It's my wand now. Screw you. This wand, a trophy of sorts, increases wielder's finesse and sleight of hand skill by 1. Ironically, though, the enchantments that empower it are volatile and confusing, and inflicts its user with a 2-point decrease to confidence. Alright, so that's Eveline's wand. I don't think we're going to use it because I like my confidence. The 1 point of finesse is nice because finesse is an attribute. I'll sleep on it. If you have opinions, let me know. But yeah, I think we're going to call it here. We'll do Netta's adventure next time, probably on Saturday or Sunday, and see what the vacation day is about. And thank you for watching. And again, let me know about the music, if you like it, if you don't like it, if I should just never do this again, just let me know. I'll remove it. There's also one other thing I forgot to mention at the beginning, but it's fine. I'm changing the name of the channel to Slugabed James, and I'm doing this intro and outro thing. Let me know what you think about the intro and outro. It's pretty simple, and it takes like barely 2 seconds for it to go, so I don't think it'll ruin anything. But that's one of the reasons I decided to start the music, because I want the music playing in the background of those intro and outro. Anyway, if you want to comment, like, dislike, or subscribe, you can do that. It really helps motivate me to do more videos. But, so yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you next time I record something. Bye.